Hey, it's Kaan from Heart of a Coward, and you're listening to ROCKFLESH.com.
So, ROCKFLESH.com at Radar Festival. It's the second day, it's the start of the second day, and we've managed to get ourselves an interview with Kaan from Heart of a Coward.
I was late, everybody. I was late. I'm so sorry.
I didn't mean it like that, honestly. I didn't mean it like that. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, pillar to post though, because you're doing some radar bits and bobs as well, aren't you?
Yeah. So I look after the master classes at Radar. So that's kind of like my crew job here, and then
day job.
Yeah, the day. Well, yeah, just helping out. Yeah, and then obviously playing Saturday as well. So it's a good vibe. But yeah, the master classes are great. You just get to kind of hang out, get some industry insider, knowledge and stuff, and yeah, it's just a cool little intimate thing that everybody does. But you do tend to get deafened by drum kits, which is probably the only bad side. But you've got earplugs, so it could be worse.
You got Adam from Vola doing one of them?
Adam from Vola this morning, or they should be just finished. And we had Jay Posttones Tesseract yesterday, and the Leprous drummer, I can't remember his name, is tomorrow. So
excellent.
Yeah.
So these star-studded masterclasses, and
it's just cool. It's just like a really really just relaxed way for people to kind of either ask questions or just kind of get a bit more insight into how people do things, how they play it, and actually I think seeing it helps kind of people understand it as well, so yeah, it's cool.
And it's always been a staple, the masterclass idea, obviously with TechFest and stuff as well, so I think that really works. How important for bands that are possibly operating in a more niche kind of a genre space, how important are these kind of festivals like Radar and TechFest?
Oh yeah, I mean obviously it's a niche within a niche of a niche, so in that sense, like, they're super important, just so that there's places for these bands to play, first of all, but also for everybody to kind of get together, like having people you haven't seen in a couple of years or whatever come here, and it's kind of like a really good, like, it was the same with TechFest, when it was going, RIP.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a great opportunity for people to obviously meet as well, but then on the masterclass side of things, like Jay's masterclass, the drum one, was all about like polyrhythms and stuff, and just like he's a great teacher, so it's kind of just a really cool way to, like, I don't know, I'm a singer, I don't understand that, but or I should do, but I don't, but just getting an insight into their brain, how they break songs down, how they came up with this idea, inspires people to kind of take that on, and why not do it,
Especially when it's such intricate music, a lot of it. Very technical, intricate. And when we were speaking with Adam yesterday from Vola, and we were saying, how, where do you start almost with those kind of elements? And he said, it's just about telling the story. It's still the music at the end of the day, and it's just actually different tools that you use.
And different communication.
Exactly.
Yeah, different ways of communicating. Yeah.
So, we were just saying before that kind of we met, but Kaan doesn't remember because he's a big guy in the business, unlike me. But back where it must have been one of your very first gigs back in 2018-19, just before the Disconnect was released. Obviously, kind of fast forward to now, a few years later, the new album that was out last year. How do you feel the band's developed in the time with you?
Well, it's developed quite a lot. Like, there's been a lot of like, well, we changed guitarists as well after I joined. Steve stepped down, and then Dan came in, and he's brought a completely different approach, and like obviously a completely different creative side. Like he's a machine that just churns out ideas, and then the other guys, Carl V, Noddy, shape the songs essentially. If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no, that does.
And that process is really like interesting to kind of watch, and kind of be part of. Obviously have a bit of a say, so in that sense, like, it's progressed quite a lot because our creative output has increased massively. And kind of and the thing is, like, that's also really helped our social side. Dan's just come straight in, slotted in, and it's just like he's been doing it years with us, so in that sense, like, it's a really like good creative space and social space for everybody. Like, as in we all get along, you know, like it's chill. And yeah, the album was really well received. Like, we're super happy with it. Did, you know, tour of Europe, did a UK tour with Pint Glass, like off the back of that, and then we're still kind of on album cycle. We go to Japan later this year, but again, like, the guys have already started writing.
Fantastic.
We've got like 5 or 6 demos that are, you know, ready to get recorded. So it's still kind of,
it's kind of that prolific writing phase now almost.
I think people like consume music differently now, right? So it's like, you pour your heart and soul into an album, it takes you a year, 2 years, however long, right? And then literally you put your everything into like releasing it, blah, 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 and then you release it, fantastic, and then 2-3 months later, another 10,000 released stuff, and everybody's literally like dropped it and they've just moved on. So I think that approach of doing, like, obviously albums are important. I'm like an avid, like, start to finish listener. You know, like, I love that. Go for a drive or walk in, whatever, just start to finish sort of thing. I still do that even with the Spotify
But the
era.
promotion idea of the album cycle per se.
I think it should be broken down differently, like, or should be approached differently, you know, because you've ultimately got 10 songs, 12 songs, whatever, you could make the kind of most out of from that. So I think that's something, it's not necessarily a new thing, but something I think we're going to do differently in that sense. You know, still do albums, still focus on it that way, but just try and like deliver it in a different way, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. If that
and I suppose there's an element, isn't there, if albums are used as vehicles for certain, almost like singles. I think you'd say maybe back in the day, like the 80s and stuff, you see like David Bowie, Duran Duran kind of using albums as vehicles for certain songs with filler, whereas actually now we're talking very much about bands releasing stuff that all hits, in which case then it's, you know, maybe single cycles almost kind of thing, groups of singles, EPs, etc.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, and that it's all down to how people digest music now as well. You know, like, it's not albums a throwaway. That's the wrong way to kind of put it. But like, everybody's listening to like playlists and stuff like that. So like, singles are so important. So yeah, it's just a
hitting and grabbing the attention.
Yeah, ultimately, you got to adapt and kind of do different things and stuff. Exactly. But it's just like, you know, I still think albums have a place, especially now with the resurgence of vinyl. Like, one of the biggest sellers for us is like physical vinyl. Like, nobody buys CDs, so you just like, you know, like, you just got, well, some people do, but you know, they're the vinyls of the most important part.
Vinyls, maybe CDs, chrome tapes. I still, you know, it's like, you know, it's still thing.
Bring back the mini disc.
Exactly. Come on. So interesting, about saying kind of like the hitting people's attention, that kind of thing. Obviously, festival sets compared to headline sets. Like, do you guys? I almost wonder, like, do you guys change up your set lists at all, apart from the length of them for festivals?
Absolutely. It's your time to bring the bangers, basically, like that. The festival sets are that. I personally love festival sets because it's usually half hour, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe, and you just get to play all the bangers, and it's quick, it's done, and then you're just like, let's go, and that's essentially our approach to it. Is just like, go, like, as in you don't get a rest. Essentially, is kind of the way we approach stuff. And I'm just trying to think now, like, because we were discussing this one. It's basically 2 tracks off of every album, essentially.
Wow. Cool.
And that's how it works out for a 40-minute set.
That's nice.
With some interludes and talking and stuff.
You're not playing them chronologically.
No. It's all about pace. It's about pace and deliverance. Delivery.
You don't want to leave them feeling hollow or anything like that.
Very good.
Oh God, it could go on.
That was too good. Let's not do that. No. But like our set, covers everything. Covers like all the classics all the way back to whatever, 2010, 11 was when they all started it. So all the way up to now. So it's quite nice to be able to dip in and just pick kind of those songs out. But also for a festival, you need the ones that everybody knows. You can go with a few obscure ones, but like for something like this, you just want to just go banger, which is like single.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. But I mean, I suppose that that 2010 kind of marker. I mean, you guys, I think actually on the radar kind of press release kind of thing. You were described as legends of kind of this kind of thing, you know. And it's like, I think certainly us at ROCKFLESH have always been big fans of Heart of a Coward. We've always kind of pushed it. We've always said, when are they going to, like, you know, suddenly like massively break through? Not that you haven't broken through, but like that kind of, there's all those ingredients there.
I don't know, it's a tough one. Like, I understand obviously a vocalist change is a big thing, like that's obviously a big thing, but I don't know whether we want it.
I was gonna say,
you know, like, as in like what, we still do really cool stuff, like, you know, like, as in, and it's like the guys describe it really well. The band is a hobby that's got out of control, like, and that's the way we approach stuff, right? Because ultimately, being in like like 5 members on a full-time wage, functioning and touring, is like a lot of, like, it demands a lot from you as in your life, let alone like actually physically demanding, you know, all the traveling, all that sort. Don't get me wrong, we love it, and it's an incredible part of being a musician, but like the modern day musician doesn't make money off of their music. You have to have something else. So the thing that's always been important for Heart of a Coward is having the balance or the flexibility from your work to be able to kind of have something to be able to, like, so you can tour but also still earn money. And you know, world domination would be nice, but ultimately we still get to do like really cool stuff. So like, I'm not, like, nobody is not pushing. That's the wrong way to put it. But like, yeah, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, everyone has done so many cool things that it doesn't really, you know, like, we're in all our like dream 15-year-old boxes are checked in that sense. Even for me, coming in later, you know, like, it's not, it's, and it's quite refreshing to kind of, you know, be part of that and kind of just work within it, because it's just like, I think there's more longevity in it personally that way. Like,
and I think as a band you sit in your Heart of a Coward space, so it's a very specific space between sounds and genres and all that kind of thing, and you know, that always works to the advantage and also the kind of disadvantage sometimes of that thing, but it's yours, and that's why, as you said, the evolution of the band, you know, and the evolution of the music is
as long as everyone's still motivated and creating, then like, we're in a good place, you know. Like,
you still look like you all love it on stage, and that's the thing, you know.
Well, I mean, it's like I said, playing cool shows, it's hard not to love that, you know. Like, it's like hard not to have fun. Like, I still, even as a fan before joining, I still like, playing Shade and playing Hollow, all of those songs, still get well buzzed about it. Like, it's just a lot of fun. Like, so and being able to transfer that fun to people is kind of the best part I enjoy, you know, the interactions and being able to like connect is kind of, and
you see that the good bands are the bands that connect, and the crowd feeds off the energy and vice versa.
Just
on the main stage today. So it's quite, we were saying there's quite a lot of disparity almost in the atmosphere and the vibe between that second stage with the pillars, very close knit, as though you're almost in like a kind of car park rave, kind of thing, and then the big PA and the big stage and everything.
I mean, obviously, like, our comfort zone was the headline set, you know, in last year at the second stage. So, you know, why not? Like, it was amazing that they invited us back. Massive privilege. And you know, we just got to do our thing, just on a bigger scale. Like, but I don't know whether we'll quite have the same level of chaos as last year, but like, that's okay. Like, I don't mind. Like,
I think you will. I think you will. I think yesterday was kind of very eclectic lineups, and not that many kind of like heavy hitting bands, we'll say. Like Throne, obviously, absolutely smashed it and were fantastic. And Vola have got those really chunky riffs that kind of juxtaposing everything. I think today with yourselves, Graphic Nature, Car Bomb, Conjurer, we're seeing a lot of heavy sort of thing, and I think today's going to kick off.
Dance their butts off to Dirty Loops, and then get back to the heavy with Tesseract.
Exactly. Live the groove. It's quite a jump, isn't it? Kind of.
No, it's perfect.
Dirty Loops to Conjurer to Tesseract.
But it works. It works. Tesseract are like the Dirty Loops are the palate cleanser for everybody. Reset, have a drink or two, and then and then get back to it.
I mean, that's a great thing about Radar, isn't it? That it is very much progressive music rather than progressive metal or tech metal or anything. It's progressive music.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Always been their thing.
Excellent. So, what have you guys got coming up over the next 12 months or so? Or longer, if you can.
No. So up until the end of the year, basically right now we're just focusing on writing. But we've got Radar. This is the last kind of festival, and then we're playing a few shows with Humanity's Last Breath this coming week. So that's kind of the last like UK shows, and then we have Japan at the end of the year. But until then, and then we're doing a couple of shows with Beef from Within in Ireland, but that doesn't, obviously UK doesn't really work. Well, it does, same place. Sorry. And then, but yeah, basically the plan is, there's new music in the works, very very close to finishing, and we just need to get that done and focused on doing that again. So yeah, there'll be some new stuff soon.
Exactly. Stuff dropping earlier than an album, if you see what I mean. That sprinkling.
You got to season the steak.
Season the seasons. Season the steak.
I don't know, yeah, we should. Let's send that there.
Well, I don't know. This feeds into a question that is a very controversial question. I asked the Intersphere yesterday.
Okay.
If Heart of a Coward were a food, what food would Heart of a Coward be represented by, and why?
An egg.
Nice. Why?
Just because of egg.
Just because.
Yeah.
Just because egg.
Everything is egg.
And on that bombshell, thank you very much, guys. It's been absolutely awesome.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
We've been ROCKFLESH, Radar Festival. Like, subscribe, all the jazz. And follow us for more interviews, reviews, and photos. Cheers, thanks.
Nice one.